Hey guys, this is Anyday with TGN, and I'm going to talk about the new Corellia dailies at the Black Hole. So the Corellia quest chain begins inside the inner circular ring of the Republic or Imperial fleet near the Cantina. I'm not really much of a role player, but basically the quest boils down to some Imperial rebel causing major havoc, and since Corellia is the major refueling world for the Republic fleet, naturally this needs to be taken care of. I realize I'm doing the Republic flavor of the Black Hole mission, but it's relatively the same for the Empire players.
I'm not taking on the whole Empire and Torvix's goons by myself, am I?
Yes, you are. Once you get to the planet of Corellia, you'll need to find a shuttlecraft, and it should be fairly close to where the spaceport is. After reaching the Black Hole, head inside the building nearby to pick up the quests. Now, each solo daily gives you 1 daily commendation, and the heroic 4+ instance daily gives out 3 daily commendations. The weekly gives out 6 Black Hole commendations, which is to finish all the dailies once. And it's a good idea to do this because you'll be buying the next tier of gear with these commendations. The quests themselves are relatively easy to complete, so I'll jump into the most interesting highlights. One of the first interesting quests is inside the hypermatter shipping warehouse. This is a pretty fun little quest because you have to disable the devices in the room without setting off the trip mines represented by the red circles. If you do end up stepping on a trip mine though, it's not really a huge deal because the enemies aren't very tough. The next cool quest has you dealing with Torvac saboteurs. And if you're a badass like me, you're thinking, oh, I've scaled walls 10 times higher than this is no biggie. Do not do this. It only leads to pain and suffering. You see, standing in the water below deals around 3,500 damage a tick when you stand in it. The saboteurs drop an injector you can use on yourself to gain temporary immunity from the radioactive waste. Enough to turn 2 of the valves, so you'll need to find at least 2 saboteurs. The last daily that you'll do, the heroic, can be obtained after finishing every other daily. I went into it completely blind, and I have to say it's pretty difficult, so I like it. You'll definitely need to use CC in here, and as long as you do that, you should have a lot of fun and finish it relatively quickly. The last boss of the heroic is relatively easy, but not very melee friendly. His name is Korik, and he has 2 main mechanics. His first mechanic is he'll start throwing down a lot of grenades, and these will show up as small auras on the ground that you'll need to run out of. The second and more deadly mechanic is he'll call down airstrikes on wherever he's standing. He does this around every 30 seconds to a minute, and it does an extreme amount of damage, so you really need to get out of it or you're going to be putting a lot of pressure on your healer. Overall though, it's a fun little fight. The daily commendations that you obtain can be used on the vendors near where you turn in the dailies. And they have some pretty nice items for PvE, so it would be a good idea to start saving up now if you haven't already. They have Rakata level neck pieces as well as relics, and they appear to have some pretty decent stats. It'll definitely be worth the trip to come out here in 1.2 to see if you like anything and to also pick up your Black Hole commendations. I did skip a few dailies in this video because they're pretty simple quests where you kill a few guys and collect a few crates. Also, if you'd like to see my entire run through of the heroic instance daily, please click the video annotation on screen. If you like this video, please click like and consider subscribing to my personal channel. Thank you. So I think we can all agree to stop calling me an android now, right?
This video is part of the Way movement, a career path for YouTubers. To learn more, visit tgn.tv.
I'll be back.